What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? This is the No I Don't Know TV series. I am your boy. I am back. Hey, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm bliggity black, and I'm black, y'all. What is going on? What is going on, man? Hey. All y'all that's been on vacation, hey, and that shit, clubbing and shit, and celebrating these clown-ass holidays and not using that time to get some rest and study. More power to you. All you niggas that's been working on the corporate plantation, much respect, because that shit is not easy, and you get no rest. All you get is stress. Man, for all y'all that's out there that's fucking another nigga's bitch and letting her claim the baby with another nigga, y'all niggas ain't shit. For all you bitches out there that's got more frequent flyer miles than Southwest, all I gotta say is it's time for me to auction off that pussy. Hey, I'm gonna start off with if you got 5 kids and 6 different baby daddies, we gonna start that auction off at $10, bitch. Hey. Here we go. Can I get $55 for that pussy? $55 for that pussy. Yep. $65 for that pussy. $65 for that pussy. Yep. $75 for that pussy. Yep. Sold to the next trick ass nigga. But anyway, what is going on? What is going on, man? Man. A lot of shit been going on. Man, I done took some time to read. I'm reading this Behold the Pale Horse. That shit is, man, you can't just try to hurry up and read through that book. You gotta really go back and read the shit that this man is talking about. Some of the shit that he's talking about is very, very relevant to what the fuck is going on in the world today, man. So I appreciate just getting this knowledge and hey, what is going on, man? What's going on? Was that MEWTW0666? Yo, Peach, just got off the plantation, solid. Man, what's going on with it, bro? Man, I know I've been out and about, man. I've been studying, actually, man. I've been studying like a motherfucker, reading this Behold the Pale Horse. Great book. Great book. I mean, some of the shit that's in this book, man, y'all, it's gonna really, it's kind of like, I guess you gotta give niggas Behold the Pale Horse and then give them The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I guess you gotta do that shit, because if you give a person The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, motherfuckers be a horse. This book is fucking bananas. For real. Man, some of the shit that's going on, man. War and the Unseen Hand. That's what he talks about in Behold the Pale Horse. That's what he talks about in The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Some of the things it's talked about in the ISIS Papers, The Keys to Color by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, the Honorable Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Rest in power to the Honorable Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She passed away, I think, 4 years ago, a day or two ago. So, man, but it's just great reading this book, because some of the things I see, it doesn't surprise me. Let me tell you about the Unseen Hand. See, for all y'all that don't know, the international bankers, aka the Federal Reserve, man, they go fund both sides. They don't give a fuck who win the war. As the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, y'all need to go check him out. Put aside the Nation of Islam, the FOI, just put aside that. Listen to the knowledge that he's speaking. I was reading this thing on Twitter how this person posted a clip, and he was just like, well, I know what they're trying to do. We're already 23 trillion in debt. What you gonna do? Go to the Federal Reserve and ask for more money? And the dollar is fragile as it is. What have I been saying? It's going to crash. And when the dollar fucking crashes, the first thing that go is the housing market. So all you sucker ass motherfuckers out here buying these slapstick houses in Las Vegas that ain't worth a goddamn, thinking that you got a good deal because you done sold yo 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in LA for $800,000, and now you buying a 5-bedroom house for $500 or for $650,000. You're like, man, I gotta steal. Yeah, so you think. But when that dollar crashes, because let's just rewind time. If we rewind time, the first thing y'all gonna know is that war that Hillary Clinton voted for, and everyone else voted for to go to Iraq, when I thought Bin Laden was in Afghanistan, we wanted to go to Iraq, which, let's see. What is Dick Cheney's? That's right, his company is Halliburton. Have stock in Halliburton. See, you'll learn a thing or two going back and dissecting what the fuck is going on. And let me tell you, man, if you knew anything about history, it always repeats itself. The ISIS Papers, The Keys to Color by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. That book, hey man, behold the pale horse. Hey, it's hard to read all these. Sometimes once I was consuming too much knowledge, it was hard for me to kind of like process even going to the corporate plantation because I was so frustrated. But if you know how history repeats itself, haven't we always had problems in the so-called Middle East with Iran and Iraq and Baghdad and all these airstrikes and all this other shit? Now we're doing it again, except we are 23 trillion, according to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which I believe him, because a lot of the books that he has recited, I've looked into those books, and the nigga's telling the truth. So, if we're trillions of dollars in debt, and we're going to war, where are we getting the money from? Oh, the Federal Reserve. Oh, the government? No. The Federal Reserve, the government does not own or control the Federal Reserve. Let's just do a little history lesson. The Federal Reserve is about as federal as Federal Express. It's not owned by the government. The Federal Reserve is a private institution that just keeps printing money over and over again. Like I've talked about before, if you go to Delaware, that's where all the laws are written and construed so it could be swayed a certain way. That's why all the major things are in Delaware, because of how the Constitution is written. But I digress from that, because most people, they don't even understand what the fuck is going on. I just look at these things. That's why it's always important to read. Go read these books. Go read Dr. Claude Anderson. If you didn't go check him out on the Breakfast Club, go check him out. That's what had me irritated the last couple of weeks, is Dr. Claude Anderson goes on the Breakfast Club, and instead of us uniting, you got a lot of hating ass motherfuckers out there that ain't never had no attention over the fucking internet. And that shit is trash, man. It's not real. You don't even know half these people. But because you have some type of following, you want to talk shit about about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing or about Dr. Claude Anderson. I think a lot of niggas was talking shit about Dr. Claude Anderson because they wasn't on the Breakfast Club. That's why. And I'm tired of hearing the information and data. And okay, we can do that, but what are you gonna do with it? You gotta have a plan to move forward. Dr. Claude Anderson gives us a plan. Why don't you go with that? Neely Fuller Jr. gives you a plan all through his book. Motherfuckers don't want to listen to that. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she gives you a plan and what to do and what not to do. But we don't want to hear that. We just want to attack. Because you know what? We get a pet from the dominant society when we attack each other. But there's a lot of people attacking the foundational black movement and foundational black American. They're attacking them because it's backed by the people. And it's not no scam. And it's not a movement to back a certain party. That's why I have to tell a person, left wing, right wing, same bird shitting on your head. That's a fact. Man, keep reading Behold the Pale Horse. What he does is, basically what I was just saying, we've always had these problems with Iraq and Iran and Baghdad and Afghanistan, always in the Middle East. They just trying to control resources. You know what I mean? So it doesn't even shock me what the fuck is going on. But I'll tell you, when that dollar crash, everybody, motherfuckers gonna stop this bullshit. When the dollar crash, these suspected white supremacists, they're gonna realize that, ooh, we're not a part of the elite. So while we up here treating motherfuckers like shit on the corporate plantation, they don't give a fuck about us either. Cause the dollar ain't worth shit. So there goes famine. There goes lack of resources. There goes population control. It's too many niggas on the planet. We gotta start getting rid of these motherfuckers. But we're not worried about that. We worried about other people branching off and doing their own thing. So a person don't want to follow your movement. Be happy that they following a movement and that people are starting to gel and come together. I just don't like motherfucker come running up to me talking about go vote. Yeah, nigga, all y'all niggas talking about go vote. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Go vote. Vote for what? So we go to war again? Because let me tell you something. When we go to war, it does not do well for melanated people in this country. Because what happens is the dollar collapses or falls or it decreases in value, not increases. And guess what? It's already decreased. That's why I think for every dollar, it's a pound and 50 cents in England. You know what I mean? But we don't understand that because we don't want to know that. We want to buy Jordans and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all this bullshit that don't mean nothing. I'm not saying don't go buy it, but you better understand what the fuck is going on too. I was watching the Clipper game. I was like, it's so sad that the only way you can sit front row is if you're an entertainer or an athlete. You know what I mean? You never see melanated people sitting front row next to the bench that's not either an entertainer or an athlete or an agent or an athlete of an agent of an athlete or in the record business or something. You never see a person like, who is that motherfucker? Oh, that motherfucker worked for Facebook. That motherfucker make $100 million a year. Or he make $80 million a year. You never see that. It's always entertainers and all. That's because we are locked and boxed out of the wealth. So all you gotta do is, you gotta start bringing your wealth together. Coming up with a plan. Stop running around and telling people, have you embraced Jesus Christ as your personal savior? Man, I wanna hear that shit. When a motherfucker come talking that shit to me, I said, who? You mean Cesare Borgia? The motherfucker that's on your wall? Oh, you mean, you know how they do. Oh, so who we praying to? You talking about Lucrezia? Who we praying to? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's why now I'm starting to watch all this old, like how they talk about the Queen of England on Netflix, and I'll be watching that shit, man, because not only am I going to start reading the books, I want to know what the fuck is going on. I'm telling you this shit right now, man. I don't like, not even joining the movement, but I don't like, let me tell y'all, go get Hidden Colors. Fuck all the books. Go get Hidden Colors. Go get that shit and watch all of them and watch 1804. Just watch the shit. Go watch Hidden Colors 1 through fucking 5. Get 1804. Go get that shit. And then after you go watch those DVDs, then come holler at me. Because a lot of people, they are bereft of knowledge. They don't understand what's going on. They don't want to know. A lot of people are in the matrix. And I forget which pill. I always blank which pill. I don't know if it's I think it's the blue pill. The blue pill smoothie is what they want to take and go back to sleep and wake up. They don't successful. Instead of us just joining forces like the dominant society do, we want to backbite and dry snitch and hate on each other and do side bullshit. So I don't like that shit, man. I always tell black people, go get Hidden Colors. I always tell them, go get Hidden Colors. Separate the person who's giving you the information from the information and just digest the information. A lot of times, we don't like to hear other melanated or black, native black people be more educated than us. And I'm not talking about more educated than us European-wise. Because we go get this education and we think we somebody special. Right, people be so judgmental. It is. Tell me you know it is. Go read. I'm telling you. It's so funny. You can have the same type of book, but like Dr. Claude Anderson said, when a man went to the store, he didn't like the ice. He went across the store and went to the white person and was like, oh man, his ice is cold. It's much better. Dr. Claude Anderson was like, man, what the fuck you got going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? No, because you got too many hating ass motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna say their names. Hating ass motherfuckers doing videos about Dr. Claude Anderson and how his book don't work and all. I guess, man, to each his own. But me, his book taught me a lot. And I don't like the fact that a lot of people, whether they are doctors, lawyers, whatever, they have this European education that they think for something. Well, I got European education, so you supposed to listen to me. And I'm, man, fuck out of here, man. I don't respect nobody that don't have a self-respect for themselves. And when I mean stop holding out who you are for entertainment, for fuckery, for buffoonery. So you can get likes and you can get liked by the dominant society and get acknowledged by them. All they gonna do is build you up, fatten you up to destroy you and gut you like a fish. That's why they got everybody. Oh, what did y'all think? Oh, y'all just thought Donald Trump was just gonna do whatever the Democrats said? Man, please. Didn't Bill Clinton do the same thing and order a strike when they was about to impeach his ass? History repeats itself. So I don't understand why everybody acting like this is some new shit. And why everybody, that's why a lot of black people, they making jokes about it. Like, yeah. And when they call me for the draft, I'm gonna be like, oh, you talking to me? Type shit. That's how niggas act. And I don't blame a lot of niggas being like that, because it can't get no worse for us than it's already got. What's going to happen is a lot of dominant society white people that are your regular lower society managers and directors, all this bullshit, these little clown ass titles that they done gave the bottom feeder Caucasians. Once they realize, oh, I'm not the elite like them. Once they take away your fucking plate, then that's when you're gonna be like, oh, fuck this. But they know just to take away just enough. That's why when you work at the corporate plantation, like a nigga like me, you know they're gonna give you just enough to keep coming back. That's a fact. And I'm not saying everybody can be an entrepreneur, but what I am saying is, if you are an entrepreneur, hey man, each one teach one. She said draft me? Who? Hell no. Nigga, hey, I'm telling everybody right now, pay attention to what the fuck is going on. Thank you. First of all, Al-Qaeda means a fucking base. It doesn't even mean what people think it means. That's why it's hard to discuss or talk to anybody that's a part of the armed forces or the military, because they don't understand it's a program. And the majority, like Michael Moore did in his video, in his documentary, when he went around asking congressmen, here, I want you to sign this petition so we can send your kid to the war. Them motherfuckers was like, nah, I ain't signing that. Exactly. You're not sending your kids. See, the elite are not sending their kids to war. When's the last time you heard a Rothschild going to war? There are no, yes, there are. There was a Rothschild that just married a Hilton. I bet you his ass ain't going to the motherfucking war. See, that's the problem, man. Too much hate, we want to hate. Because one nigga's successful, you know, and he's spitting game, and he's got, you know, then now we gotta piggyback off other people. You know, that's why shout out to Dr. Boyce Watkins. I love reading his books. His books have been monumental to me and gave me a lot of knowledge. So fuck that. Besides The Hidden Colors, Dr. Boyce Watkins books, Think Like a Millionaire, the Hidden Colors series, 1804. Man, let me tell you something. I learned more watching the Hidden Colors series in 1804 than I've learned in all fucking 12 years of school and a couple of years of fucking college. The shit that they was talking about, I didn't even know that shit exists. I didn't even know who Dr. Claude Anderson was before I watched Hidden Colors. That's a fact. I'm just telling you straight up. Not like that. I never heard that man speak. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know who Dr. Francis Cress Welsing was until about 6 years ago. That's a fact. You like, well, why is this not, why did I know that? You know why I know that? Because most melanated people, Jesus said it, pray, ask God to help you, go to work, go home, go to church, pay your tithes, wake up and do the same shit all over again. To be a fucking automaton, a machine. Because they need that power, that energy. That's why I don't deal with a lot of that fucking Bible thumping bullshit, because I don't be want to hear that. Now, I'll listen to the Nation of Islam all day long, because them brothers got knowledge. And they're not just teaching the Quran. They're teaching you about who you are, period. Now, somebody please tell me what other religions are doing that. That's what I want to know. Because people don't understand the dollar ain't worth shit. It's backed by nothing. I've been saying this shit the last year that I've been doing this podcast. The dollar's backed by nothing. It's not backed by silver, gold, nothing. Gold is the standard currency. But of course, the United States of America Incorporated, they want to shift, deflect, get us away from the gold standard, because guess what? We ain't got a lot of gold. So fuck that. We don't want that. That's basically like going to somebody's house and you take their ball and be like, well, we not playing basketball no more. And they like, hey, nigga, how you gonna do that? Nah, nigga, it's my ball. We not playing that shit no more. We playing this game. And now everybody gotta conform to the game you wanna play. That's basically what they did. Just like Barack Obama's non-doing shit having ass when he was in the goddamn fucking office, Oval Office. He didn't say a goddamn thing about melanated people. It was like he did the benign neglect so cold. people are so mesmerized by who he was, we didn't even know the motherfucker didn't say shit or do anything about us. But he catered to the LGBTQ community. That's why everybody apologizes to them, because they are backed by the nation's wealth. That's why. And when I mean nation, the United States of America Incorporated. That's being funneled by the New World Order. You come on, why you think they doing that? Look, why would they back Native black people? They know we built this country. They're not gonna back us. Why would they back us? Because they know they know that Native blacks are owed more than what we're getting. That's why the Latino community are replacing us, and they want them to replace us. Why? Because they know that the Latino community, for the most part, are just happy to be here. Well, we built this country, so why would I be happy to be in a place where I built? Would you like to go build somebody's house, build the foundation, build everything, right? You think you building it for you building it for somebody else, and then all they letting you do is cook and clean. But they not letting you enjoy the house, they not letting you enjoy the fruits of the labor, and then they make you sit outside the house when you done. Because that's what the fuck is going on with the melanated community, period. That's what they doing to black folk. That's a fact. That's why black people are so programmed to be a goddamn Hayward Shepherd, Uncle Tom, Sambo, tell them about the gun line boss ass nigga. That's why you have more of those motherfuckers, what we like to call in the Matrix, agents. You have more agents, provocateurs, and get your hand on my pocket niggas than you got people that's trying to move forward the progress of our people. That's a fact. But we don't want to hear that shit. You know what we want to hear? We want to hear if Kyle Kuzma gonna get traded. That's what we want to hear. Man, fuck them goddamn Lakers. With that respect, like, why you say that? Well, because like I said before, I don't like how Jeannie Buss, the Dominant Society lady, handled the whole situation with Magic Johnson. You put him there as a token Negro to gather the other Negroes to come play. That Hansel and Gretel shit. Let me just pretend like I'm giving you power, but I'm not giving you power, and I'm not doing the necessary things that you want me to do, but I'm gonna do just enough so you can feel like you're in power. That's why look, let me tell you something. Oh, I know it's going to be a Matrix 4. That's a fact. Let me tell you something. As much as I quote the Matrix, as much as I watch the Matrix over and over again, and if you want a natural breakdown of the Matrix, a lot better than what I could do, go watch Dr. Phil Valentine break down the Matrix from like 2001. He broke down the first Matrix. I watched that over and over again. Dr. Phil Valentine, that dude is a walking genius. Straight up. Now, I'm about to get his book. His book is like $90, but it's called A Wound, probably about 20 or 30 times. Just to catch something different. Oh, and The Matrix was wrote in the 80s by Sophia Stewart, a black woman. Eventually, I'm claiming it. I want to get her on this podcast and interview her. They just settled, and they had to pay her a large sum of money. Not what she was owed, but they had to give her some lump sum. And she wrote The Terminator, and they stole that, the Wachowski brothers. Yes, they did. But there will be a Matrix 4. I hope that Morpheus is in it. I hope that Jada Pinkett Smith is in it. I hope all the people are back in it, because it basically tells you what you are. What did he say in the beginning of The Matrix when he was like, what are you saying? You are a slave, Neo. That's what he's saying. So it's so funny how people don't understand that they're a slave. Look, let me tell you something. How many times have y'all heard me say this? I don't give a fuck whether you taking out the trash at the court plantation or you sitting at the cubicle. We still slaves. You may make more money than the next person, but you're still a slave. If they made LeBron James apologize for quoting a lyric by 21 Savage about, I'm about to get this Jewish money, then what does that tell you? And fuck Adam and all them other motherfuckers. Look, if Adam Silver and David Stern and all them, if they care so much about melanated people, when Donald Sterling was calling us a bunch of niggas and talking all this shit about Magic Johnson, why didn't they specifically and strategically sell that team to a black owner? No, they didn't. They sold it to another white Jewish person. And by the way, being a Jew is a religion. It's not a race. They just trying to create one because they thinking they're the chosen ones. All this bullshit that's going on. Let me tell you something. When people come to this country, right, and they give you this story about how they built their wealth, when they came with $20 and all this other shit, the first thing you need to say is, you're welcome. And they're going to be like, what do you mean? Well, you came here for land and resources. You didn't come here for happiness. You came here for the pursuit of property, land, resources. Well, I'm thanking you on behalf of my ancestors because of that free labor for the last 450 years. That's the reason why you're able to acquire land and resources. That's a fact. So when you hear the Italians and the Greeks and everyone else act like, oh, well, I'm not, that's a white boy, I'm Italian. No. You're classified as white as well. You're classified with the dominant society. Just like Hispanic is not a race, just like Latinos classify themselves as the dominant society. And I got love for my Latino brothers and sisters, but a lot of them have not been very nice to us, as they tell their daughters not to date black men, is as we are second-class citizens and we did not build this country. Do y'all think that I could go to Latin America or go to Mexico or go to, let's say, Spain and tell a Spaniard, tell my daughter or my nephew or my niece, don't date a Spaniard? They're beneath you. You think that the Spaniards in Spain would allow me to achieve and accumulate wealth and success in Spain and be disrespectful to all the male Spaniards there? They would kick me the fuck up out of there. That's a fact. Oh, good looking out, Tommy. Hey, man, I'm just trying to do the thing. Hey, Tavia just hit me up too. She didn't even know I was still doing podcasts. Look, I'm having a conversation. Tavia just hit me up too. I gotta check my emails and shit too, cause I gotta email her too, man, cause my phone be tripping, man. I got Sprint, ladies and gentlemen. And if you know anything about Sprint, they stock is $4 a share. If you know, second thing about Sprint, nigga, you can get a text, somebody can send you a text message and you'll get it 24 hours later type shit. That's why I just be emailing people and shit. Yeah, Tavia hit me up and shit. So I told her I'd send it to her. So shout out to Tavia. Shout out to all my fan members, Tasha and all them. I know they out there working and shit and grinding. And that shit ain't easy. We out here scratching and surviving. I'll just tell you this, it's very shocking. The reason why y'all see Tommy just, you hear me shouting out Tommy too, because see, Tommy is one of the people besides my sisters and them. She know how I was raised. She know how my family was raised, and my younger siblings too. They was raised and there's nothing wrong with being raised in a religion. See, because it gives you a perspective. But what you're supposed to do is, when you're an adult, you challenge that belief system and establish a belief system of your own. I've talked and I had conversations with people. It's not like I don't believe in God, but it's so funny how you hear people talk shit about Anton LaVey and being a Satanist, but you gotta be smart as fuck to be a Satanist. And if you know anything about Lucifer, he's the light bearer. See, Lucifer and Jesus are like Neo and Agent Smith. But you gotta go watch The Matrix to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh man, let me tell you something. People don't know this. They rent those cell towers. They do not own them. The stock that owns them is like $160 a share. I forgot the name. I follow them on Robinhood. But yeah, all Sprint and Verizon and T-Mobile and AT&T do is rent the towers. So if you rent more tower space, then you're gonna have better coverage. That's all they do. It's all a fucking hustle. Why do y'all think y'all see AT&T bought DirecTV, right? And then you got Time Warner Cable trying to make their moves. Then you got this cell phone company trying to buy this cell phone company. That one world government is about to get real nasty. As they don't talk about Bob Lazar and they don't talk about the alien life form that they've seen in the will. And they try to make the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they try to make them look dumb when they was talking about the will. And then a reporter did some research on it and they had to come out and be like, oh yeah, we do got a like spaceship. And it's like 12 miles or 20 miles above the earth and all this other shit. And you can't see it, but it looks like a hologram. Yeah, motherfucker trying to make that. That's what I don't like. It's so quick for a motherfucker to go at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan all the time. That's why I used to always debate with my mom about that shit. Because he'd be like, man, I don't want to hear all the negative shit. That's the problem. We so quick to point out. Why is it we point out the negative shit when it comes to our thought leaders and people that lead the movements? But when I watch any show, like I was watching The Kitchen with Tiffany Haddish and Melissa McCarthy and I forgot the other lady's name. And it was one scene where they went to this lady's house. They had a picture of John F. Kennedy. You know how many people's house I've been? They got a picture of John F. Kennedy. It's like, and then the only person we won't talk shit about is Martin Luther King. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here. Martin Luther King is the reason why we have integration. Integration hurt melanated people the most. Go watch the Dr. Claude Anderson interview on The Breakfast Club. Go watch that. Go watch it. Sometimes I feel like God and the devil work together. Facts. It's all, look, if you go watch The Matrix, go watch The Matrix 1 first, because Morpheus, which is Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus gives a synopsis and a breakdown. He walks him through step by step what the Matrix is about and how it works. So he gives him the whole thing about in the Matrix, because I apply the Matrix to reality. I apply it to the internet. When you look at the internet is not real for the most part. You can, like I said, I can go take a couple of pictures in front of somebody's car and house and put an Instagram and say, I'm blessed. And then everybody will be fucking, damn, this nigga balling. Damn, woo, woo, woo. I can dummy some paperwork and make the registration say that this S550 or this Tesla is my like people be like, damn, he balling. I can stand in front of a house and stand in the kitchen and take pictures and bathroom, and motherfucker be like, man, this nigga Warren is balling out there. And then once I jack out of the Matrix, like a lot of people do, you'll be like, oh man, this nigga Warren living in an apartment. That wasn't even his house. That was his friend's house. I think that's what 99% of the people on the internet is doing. Fabricating. And when I mean their lifestyle as far as, I would say monetary wise, making it seem like they have more money, because we like to be in competition with each other and go spend $1,000 worth of clothes and then we can't even pay our phone bill. Matter of fact, how many niggas y'all know got a whole bunch of Jordans and Air Max and all this other shit, but they don't even have life insurance? How many people y'all know got phone insurance on their iPhone, but they don't have life insurance? They don't even know how it works. They don't even care. Oh, it's a lot of motherfuckers like that that's out there. How many people you know, the only history that they know is when they turn on the TV? What is being controlled by the mass, the 1% that controls the media. That's the only way they get the information. Don't even argue with those people. Those are the people that's like, oh my God, we going to war and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. Any type of war that you see going on is organized. That's a fact. I still believe in God and say, and still take, wait. You got to repeat that question again. And I don't like to feel below or be embarrassed. That's a fact. I just tell people all the time, man, do the research. Like I was arguing with these people on Twitter, man. These motherfuckers on Twitter was like, one side was one side and one side was the other side. And I was like, look, man, I'm riding with the books that I've read. I don't want to read. You can read a report, and that's fine. The reports are great. But I like to read books, and I like to know history. And I like to know history from people's perspectives. I don't want to talk about just all the negatives without having a plan. You have to have there's a problem and then there's a solution. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is people don't understand. Sometimes we get hyped up in our own misery and we don't have no plan. See, I don't think that the moon is fake because we can see it. I don't think the moon is fake. I just don't believe that they went to the moon, because how you gonna lose the coordinates? That's why I feel like this war and everything is orchestrated by the unseen hand. Straight up. You know what I mean? That's why they give us racism, white supremacy. That's why as long as we give these people white privilege, they'll never wake up, because they were indentured servants as well. See, that's what this book talks about. It breaks down like kind of the status and who people were and all that. Go get this book, In the Matter of Color. A very good book. That's a fact. I like that. People beg for what they need and buy, and then they buy what they want. Yup, that's a fact. First of all, most people don't even respect the shit that they get for free. Some people do. Some people cherish it. I know I do. I got a lot of knowledge. I would say from like 2004 to like 2012, 2013. I got a lot of knowledge. A lot of breakdown from older cats about how life works and the economy and housing and real estate and what you spend your money on. Now, did I do a lot of bonehead shit? I did a lot of dickhead bonehead shit. But the thing that I did do that, you know, I had to discipline myself and I had to listen to these older cats and I had to understand what perspective they were coming from. And a lot of the stuff that they told me is coming to fruition. Like, man, the fucking economy is gonna go up and down. It's fickle. It's gonna go up and fucking down. I know the Dow lost 200 points after that airstrike, but that was orchestrated because isn't that what Bill Clinton did when they was about to impeach his ass and do that bullshit to him? I hope this plummet stock. I want Apple stock to be $25 a share again, so I can buy a whole bunch of that motherfucker. And then when it go back up, nigga, I'm out the game. That's a fact. The game is to be sold, not told. That's a fact. That's why niggas sell it. And I don't blame niggas for making a profit off of it. Make a profit off of it. I'm doing this because it's therapy to me. I don't consider myself a, what they call it, a YouTuber or nothing like that, because I don't even check how many followers I got. I don't give a fuck like that. Not like that. I want to be impactful so a person could go read it. I don't want you to take my word for it. Go read the books, and then I want you to talk shit to me on the goddamn chat and be like, Megan Warren, you misquoted that. That means this. And man, that's gonna make me feel good. It's not gonna make me feel like I know it all, because I know I don't know it all. That's why the podcast is called No, I Don't Know, nigga. So no, I'm quoting what my reflex memory is telling me. I just always quiz people, man, go read. That's why I always, like on Twitter, I remember this person was like, oh, well, you ain't got to put me down. I'm not putting you down. I'm just saying go read the books. You're talking shit about Dr. Claude Anderson, but you're not reading the books. Then they talking shit about the hidden colors shit and talking about, you know, this lady on Twitter was just kind of like going in and bringing up old shit about Tariq Nasheed and all that. And it's like, man, I'm talking about the Hidden Colors DVDs. I'm not talking about all this other shit. The Hidden Colors DVDs have had more impact on melanated people in this country than anything else. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. Hidden Colors brung you Dr. Phil Valentine. I didn't know who he was. Brought Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, RIP. Didn't know who she was. Dr. Claude Anderson. I did not know who he was as fucking well. I didn't know who these people were. You watch this video, you sit down and watch the documentary, you're like, oh damn, I didn't even know who the fucking Moors were. That's a fact. Until watching the DVDs and getting books and reading them and shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I just think black people don't like to see other black people that are educated and not in European education. We do not like to see other people that's educated in life, educated in melanated history, and not just the slave trade and the slaves and all this other shit. Hell, listen, I didn't know who Dr. Hiawatha Kamene. I didn't know who he was. I started listening to him, and I'm like, damn, this dude always reciting books. Man, he says, go get this book called Before the Mayflower. Boom, in that book, I learned about Queen Nzinga. Then that made me go buy the book about Queen Nzinga. Listening to Dr. Hiawatha Kamene, he's like, yeah, go get this book called In the Matter of Color. I'm like, damn, which is this book. He's like, it's a very, very good book. Then he was like, then I felt good listening to Professor Griff talk about, man, y'all need to go get this book. It's called The Medical Apartheid. I felt good listening. I like, y'all don't know how good it make me when I'm listening to people that I respect and they talking about books I already read. Man, y'all don't understand. Like when I was listening, shout out to Red Pill and Blue Pill. Y'all need to go check them out on YouTube too. Them dudes are walking geniuses. But anyway, I remember, I think it was Red Pill or Blue Pill was like, yeah, I didn't even know. I was reading this one thing. It's about this dude named Jeremiah Hamilton. Boom, Ben read that book. And you go check out my fucking podcast that I did a long time ago. I was talking about Jeremiah Hamilton, the first black millionaire on the stock market. See, we need to start reading them stories. And from reading that book, it traced the books that he was reading. And the books that he was reading were books like Leviathan, which I just got that book. He had all kinds of books. Then I read this other book that he was talking about and I ended up getting. But man, that's what it's about. Sometimes you got to pace yourself, because if you read too much, you'll go crazy. You ain't going to want to get them to go to the court plantation because you're going to feel like these motherfuckers owe me. But in this game, it's their game. It's the dominant society's game. So when you jack into the matrix, learn how to jack out. Don't think that people are your friends. Let me tell you something. In war, nobody's your friend. And right now, as Neely Fuller Jr. teaches us, black people are prisoners of war. They are prisoners of war. No, we're not. Yes, we are. You own no plates, no ships, no cakes, no pies. No boats, no corporations, no nothing. Everything that you use comes from the dominant society for the most part. Everything. So you got to know what war you in, and you got to know what game you're playing. They're playing basketball, we trying to play hockey type shit. It's like, wait, hold on. We playing this is two different operating systems. They're playing fucking PlayStation 5. We're playing Atari. See what I'm saying? And if you know about Atari, Atari is 30 years fucking old. And we wondering why we ain't caught up. That's because we take our money and we don't recycle it with each other. We don't help each other out. That's a fact. That's what you should start doing. blackandnoble.com. Go get you some CMOS. I fuck with them all the time. Shout out to Shawnee Brown. She the one who put me on blackandnoble.com. They dope as fuck. I'm about to start buying black shoes. Shoes ain't nothing but stitch and glue. Shout out to LeVar Ball. He taught us about, hey, shoes ain't nothing but stitch and glue. But go ahead. If y'all want to do y'all thing, do y'all thing. So I'm about to go to the Black Dollar store and buy me some shoes. They look just like Jordans, but they not. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. The reason why, oh yeah, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And don't get it twisted. And I'm not finna tell you my dossier, but I'm not one of these niggas that's talking shit about wealthy people or talking shit about people that got a little bit of access to capital, because I don't. Because nigga, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But I'll tell you this, I'm just trying to be smart, support my people, and evolve. And move aside and move ahead. You know what I mean? And understand who the hidden hand is. The hidden hand is the dominant society, the white supremacists. That's the hidden hand. They the motherfuckers pulling the strings. Why is it the fucking councilmen and the aldermen and the congressmen and the state senators, they should get paid nothing? They should have no health care. They should have no access to capital. They should not have nothing. And then let's see if they want to be a congressman or a senator or a fucking Clark County commissioner or alderman or LA city councilman. Man, I remember at Killer King Hospital, this black lady was throwing up blood and shit, and she was at the emergency room at Killer King, and they wouldn't even admit her, and they was bullshit. She had to call 911, and she ended up dying in the goddamn emergency room. This was a long time ago. It was a minute ago. And they had to close down the goddamn hospital. I'm gonna have to check that out. The Divine Matrix with Greg Braden. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. But I'll tell you this, man. You ain't just listening to Dr. Phil Valentine, man. That nigga's so raw. I seen him dismantle somebody's belief system. He was just like, first we have to destroy your belief system. You know what I mean? No, don't trip. You ain't gotta respell it. I know what you're talking about. All right, then, man. I'll holler at you. I'm about to get up off here too. I just ain't been on in a minute. I'll probably hit y'all up tomorrow or probably Sunday. But man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. Hey, man, shout out to everybody that's on the corporate plantation and doing what the fuck they need to do to survive. Hey, man, life is not easy. Life is very complicated. It is not fair. Bumping your guns with the fat man at the concession stand. Stop doing that. All you Varnell Hill motherfuckers out there, stop being a goddamn Varnell Hill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, and Happy New Year to you, too. Look, I ain't even... That New Year shit don't mean nothing. I take that time to relax and study and detox from the corporate plantation and detox from people's fucked up ass energy. That's what I do. That's just how I get through. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy, I know he knows the chakra shit, so I'm about to holler at him about the chakra and reset my shit. Because, man, I'm trying to be in tune with my divine nature, who the fuck I am, and move the fuck forward and not worry about what other people got going on. My problems are having problems, so I can't take on other people's problems. Now, I can give you advice if you're willing to listen. But once I know a person ain't listening, I stop giving them advice because I don't care. You got to wear it. 2020, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new year, a new time, a new decade. Leave that old bullshit in the 2019s and the 2018s. The 20-teens. It is 2020 now. So it's time for us to move forward. Stop thinking that the Matrix is real. It's not. The social game rules are. The construct is, and how they have everybody, where everybody's glued to their phones. And glued. So that's why sometimes I don't even get on Instagram. I don't even get on none of that shit because I don't care. Because those people on there don't make or break me. I see people with a whole bunch of followers, baby. And then I see pictures of them at their 9-to-5 goddamn corporate plantation job. And it's like, well, what's the point of having 20,000 followers and you still got to go to somebody's work? So fuck that. But I digress. To each his own. I think what we need to start doing is casting out these provocateurs and people starting these bullshit movements and acting like it's for the people, and really they just want you to assimilate with the dominant society. That's all they want you to do. And that shit is whack. When you want the acknowledgement of the dominant society, you better keep on living. Because they ain't gonna give a fuck and they ain't gonna care. And all they gonna do is steal, kill, destroy. And sit you behind the fucking line. That's it. We know that's what it is. So now we gotta move aside and move ahead. And get the fuck away from people with bad energy. Energies, just vampire energy. Just come around and exchange energy. I hate that shit. That's why I don't even, man, sometimes I just, get away from me. Sometimes I just get in my whip, drive, and man, I don't want to be bothered with no negative bullshit energy. And watching everybody go crazy about the war and the unseen end, it's like, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all seen them do that airstrike on that man in, was he Baghdad, Iran, Iraq? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what's going on. I don't understand why everybody's trying to act like they don't know what the fuck it is. Y'all know what it is. They're gonna destroy and rebuild it like they've done before, like in The Matrix. If you watch The Matrix, when Neo went to the architect of The Matrix, the source, when he went to the source, the architect of The Matrix, he said, you think you're the first? You think you're the first, the one? I've destroyed this 6 times, 5 times, clown. That's why at the end of the Matrix Revolution, the Oracle is back to normal how she's looking, and then the young little Indian girl is back to how she's looking, and then the architect walks up on the Oracle and she says, so is everything back in place the way it is? He said, yeah. What do you think I am? Human? And he just walks off. So they've destroyed that system and rebuilt it 1,000,000 times. And that's exactly what they're gonna do with this economy. They're gonna destroy it and rebuild it. That's a fact. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. So while we getting all geeked up and, oh, I'm definitely not voting for Trump this time. It don't matter who the fuck you voting for. That's why they have the Electoral College, clown. To vote is to make a wish. That's why I always comment with people on fucking Twitter. And the first thing I say is, vote for what? I always say that. Vote for what? And when I say that shit, let me tell you what people say. Oh, that's the problem. You discouraging people from voting and all this other shit. And it's like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not discouraging nobody because I don't have a whole lot of followers on my Twitter. I like it like that. If we ain't got a whole lot of followers, you don't have to worry about people taking your shit from you. Because that's what they do. Once I learned this, I watched it. They did that shit to Corey Holcomb. He had a whole bunch of followers and shit. And he used to say some funny shit on Twitter. Man, as soon as the motherfuckers got together and got pissed off, mainly the LGBTQ or some big old ugly fat miserable motherfucking bitches on there get mad and start complaining, and then, oh, they take his Twitter. So he ain't on Twitter no more. That's why I'm like, man, that's why I'm the same way on YouTube. I don't care. I ain't in this to be doing a whole bunch of, I don't give a fuck. I just want people to go get those Hidden Colors DVDs. I want people to go buy these books. Go buy the ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Go get that. Black Labor by Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. Go get Powernomics. Go get Black History Reader. I got 2 more books. Dirty Little Secrets 1 and 2. Gotta go get those books. And since I got, those are the books that I gotta go get. And once I go get those books, I'll have his library pack. So I think that's what I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard because it's a lot. It's so much knowledge out there. It's just hard to contain. But man, let me tell you, once you read it, you're like, damn, that's crazy. These are just things that we gotta know. We gotta be fully aware of, man. We gotta understand what it is and what it's about. Stop thinking that people owe you, because they don't owe you shit in this life. Nobody owes you nothing. So if somebody is popping more than you, don't be mad, get glad. Take that as inspiration so you can build up your platform. And when you build it up, don't try to go at him or her. You acknowledge him and show him props. Join them, link up. Ideologically wise, you idealistically wise, you might disagree or your belief systems might be different. You know what I mean? I don't believe everything the Nation of Islam believe. I don't believe everything the Hebrew Israelites believe, but I give them props for the work that they do in the community when it comes to native black people. That's what it's about. It ain't about like, well, fuck that nigga. Only time I say that shit is when that nigga's just straight on some bullshit. Then that's when I be like, nah, man, I can't co-sign that shit. But I don't like the fact that it be a whole lot of people that's on this internet fame kick, and then they just, once they get a certain amount of people, you know what I mean? I guess then they show you who they are. So, hey, man, to each his own. This is a new year, and not a new year like, this is my New Year's resolution. Fuck all that. I've been saying that shit since last year. I don't want that bad fucking energy around me. I don't want motherfuckers around me. For all you motherfuckers who are in your close circle, if a motherfucker ain't read not their book since they was in high school or college, get the fuck away from them. That's a fact, because that means they getting the majority of their information from what somebody told them or what they seen on TV. They're not going and doing the research for their motherfucking self. That's the problem, man. Motherfuckers don't want to do the research themselves. What people want to do is they want to piggyback off other individuals' research and then cloak it on his own and make it seem like they made. That's why I always quote where I got it from. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing or Neely Fuller Jr. or the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That shit. Those ain't my quotes. I hate when niggas do that shit, man. Act like they made the shit up. Man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't reinvent the wheel, nigga. Matter of fact, you didn't invent the wheel. But most motherfuckers act like that because they think people owe them something, some gratitude or something. Stop spouting out information because, it's like mental masturbation. It's like you just mentally jacking off to somebody. Like, fuck that. Only talk to people that want to hear the shit. Be slow to speak, eager to hear when you get around people. A lot of times, people find it hard to believe, but a lot of times, especially when I get around people I don't know and stuff like that, I'm quiet. I just kind of listen to how they talk, and I want to know what they own. Because if you listen to them long enough, they going to tell you what they about and what they own. And then all you got to do is watch what they spend their money on. That's going to tell you a lot about who they are and what they spend their money on. And there's no diss, because everybody has a right and is entitled to what they want to spend their money on. So if a person likes Jordans, who give a fuck? They like Jordans. When you think of Jordan, you think of a black man, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own. And R.J. Patton, if I'm saying his name right, that was the first black man who invented the automobile. It wasn't Henry Ford. He is responsible for mass production of the automobile, not inventing the first automobile. Go look it up. So don't get mad, get glad. That's why when I watch what people spend their money on, it's interesting to me now. It doesn't like, oh, they dumb. Let them do what they want to do with their money. It's their money. That's the problem. As E40 tells us, too many niggas worried about other people's pockets. I don't have time to be worried about what somebody else is doing with their money. My problems are having problems. So I don't have time to be worried about what another nigga doing with his money. Man, I don't give a fuck how many married niggas out there fucking other niggas' bitches. Then that's on you and that bitch. I don't have time for that. That's our problem. We so fixated on what the fuck is going on. Now, I see a lot of fuck shit and a lot of ill-advised code of conduct shit that's going on. But, man, that's not my battle and that's not my fight. But I think we need to be more worried about things that are more interesting. I advise everybody, go watch The Matrix 1. Go watch The Matrix 2. That should relate to the economy and how they're going to destroy it and rebuild it again. Like they did in 2003 when they went to war. And it lasted, to like 2005, 2006, 2007. And then by the time the war was over with, quote unquote, what happened, y'all? The housing market crashed. Ain't that about a bitch? Then all these houses were going for damn near nothing in 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then 13, it was on a rebound. Then 14, it started to, then you start seeing all these home builders. Then 15, then 16. Then you go to 17, and it's, the economy's doing great. The fundamentals of our economy is doing strong. That bullshit that every president said. Now you look in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you can't even rent an apartment under $1,200 a month. Man, when I was renting an apartment, man, my apartment, $650? Man, get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, man. But I guess I digress. Hey, man, to each his own. It's not about challenging people's belief system. It's about shattering your own personal belief system and adding to it every day. And not just, You know, there were so many things that I used to believe. And then as I got older, I was like, that don't really make sense. And then why are we talking about all these miracles in the Bible? I ain't never seen that shit. And why are we talking about this imaginary person that is supposed to come and get us when we die, but don't nobody know what the fuck is going on? And then when you question that belief system, no, that bullshit. Fuck that. I'm not a defender of people's belief system. I'm a defender of what I'm about and what I got going on. I don't care about defending somebody's belief system and telling you what religion is right for you. I'm not no therapist. I'm not no psychologist. That's not me. I'm just telling you, I like to deal with energy. And when I deal with energy, I like to see exactly what a person is on, what their goals are, what they trying to do. Not that I'm all this successful person, but like great minds think alike. And I don't want to surround myself with a whole bunch of goddamn buffoons and imbecilic minded people that just kind of like believe in what the news is telling them and whatever they watch on TV. Nah, man. I need somebody, I need people in my circle that's like, hey man, I cold. Okay, you cold? Cool. So since you cold, I need to fuck with you. Since you cold, teach me about this shit. What's going on with the internet? That's what I want to be surrounded with. Now, there are people from the dominant society like Keith Forsyth in the book called The Burglary. Go get that book. Who was like, nah, man, this racist shit is some bullshit. And we do get white privilege and it's some bullshit. And what J. Edgar Hoover is doing is wrong. So let's publish these papers. Fuck that. So we breaking in the FBI building and we doing what the fuck we need to do. Why you think the FBI is so secure now? They don't want nobody in there. Because they don't want nobody seeing all the fuckery they got going on. But I digress from that. Know this, the unseen hand is working in a major way. So while you're buying all these gifts and toys and bullshit and New Year's bullshit and here comes Valentine's Day, some more made up bullshit that you got going on. And then MLK, like they care so much about MLK Day, except for Arizona. You know what I mean? Except for Arizona. So I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck out of here. They ain't give a fuck about no goddamn Martin Luther King. Not the way y'all think. So stop thinking about that sad story and all the bullshit that go along with it. Hey man, each one has to teach one. Go get these books and read it. Like I said right now, I'm reading Behold the Pale Horse. Very, very good book. It's very interesting. And I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to speed read through them like I was before. That's not good because it's hard to retain the knowledge when you just kind of speed read through them. That's why now I've just been taking my time, taking it to work, the court plantation, because I don't be liking to be bothered. Fuck all that. But anyway, hey man, I'll see you when I see you probably tomorrow or Sunday. Hey man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Again, do not do shit on the internet for attention and acknowledgement from the dominant society because they can give two fucks about what the fuck you got going on, man. Hey man, I'm Warren G in the place to be, been clown and sucker free since 2003. Guilty niggas, I'm out. Peace.